Hello Puppet fans! And welcome to this lecture. In this lecture we will learn about the Puppet High Availability or Replica Primary Master. High Availability configuration creates a replica of your primary master. The primary master is your Puppet master or, if your installation includes compile masters, your master of masters. The replica node is called the primary master replica. You may only have one provisioned replica at a time. There are two main advantages to enabling high availability. If your primary master fails, the replica takes over, continuing to perform critical operations. If your primary master can't be repaired, you can promote the replica to master. Promotion establishes the replica as the new, permanent master. The primary master replica is not an exact copy of the primary master. Rather, the replica duplicates specific infrastructure components and services. High-RA data and other custom configurations are not replicated. Replication may be read-write, meaning that data can be written to the service or component on either the master or the replica, and the data is synced to both nodes. Alternatively, replication may be read-only, where data is written only to the master and synced to the replica. Some components and services, like Puppet Server and the console service UI, are not replicated because they contain no native data. Some components and services are activated immediately when you enable a replica, others aren't active until you promote a replica. After you provision and enable a replica, it serves as a compile master, redirecting PuppetDB insert requests to the primary master. Below are the details of component or service, their type of replication and the status. Puppet Server, replication none, activated when replica is enabled. File sync client replication read-only activated when replica is enabled. PuppetDB replication read-write activated when replica is enabled. Certificate authority replication read-only activated when replica is promoted. Reback service replication read-only activated when replica is enabled. Node classifier service replication read-only activated when replica is enabled. Activity service read-only replication activated when replica is enabled. Orchestration service replication read-only activated when replica is promoted. Console service UI replication none activated when replica is promoted. What happens during failovers? Failover occurs when the replica takes over services usually performed by the master. Failover is automatic. You don't have to take action to activate the replica. With high availability enabled, Puppet runs are directed first to the master. If the primary master is either fully or partially unreachable, runs are directed to the replica. In partial failovers, Puppet runs may use the server, node classifier, or PuppetDB on the replica if those services aren't reachable on the master. For example, if the master's node classifier fails, but its Puppet server is still running, agent runs use the Puppet server on the master but fail over to the replica's node classifier. What works during failovers? Scheduled Puppet runs. Catalog compilation. Viewing classification data using the node classifier API. Reporting and queries based on PuppetDB data. What doesn't work during failovers? Deploying new Puppet code. Editing node classifier data. Using the console. Certificate functionality, including provisioning new agents, revoking certificates, or running the Puppet certificate command. Most CLI tools. Application orchestration. Okay, so in this lecture we have learned about the Puppet Master high availability. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have time, feel free to move on to next lecture.